Dude, niggas always leaving comments in my chat before the freaking bot is even turned off. Chat hasn't even begun yet. Niggas already in there saying I like trains. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Alright, Digis BB. Hey everyone, welcome to Digis BB. Tonight we're playing a different game. We're not playing Super Mario Sunshine over here. That game is right here. We're not playing that game though. We're not playing Animal Crossing either. Tonight we will be playing through, hopefully a full playthrough of this game called Nostalgic Train, written in all capital letters, which makes it sound really exciting. So, this is a game that Nick told me about a couple days ago, sometime last week. He was like, dude, there's this train game, and it takes place in the Japanese countryside, and I want to see you play it so you can determine the historical accuracy. Nick, please stop it. Nick, don't... Nick, please don't add commands to my chat without my permission. Alright, so, Nostalgic Train. So, it's a game about the Japanese countryside. It's a Japanese walking simulator game, and it happens to be on the Nintendo Switch eShop. And we're going to play through it, and this is a Japanese language game made by a Japanese developer, so... I believe I might have to do some translating as well tonight, which is the first time I've done that since the end of Night in the Woods, I guess. I think that was the last Japanese language game that I played. Or, well, the last one that I was, like, translating a lot from. I mean, there's a little bit of Japanese that I've read out loud in, like, Super Mario Sunshine, but this is a more story-focused game, so I assume that I'll have to do more reading in this one. And this game doesn't have a profile on how long to beat, which is usually the site that I use to check the length of games before I stream them. But based on Steam reviews, I'm guessing that this game is probably between 1 to 2 hours long, which means that we should be able to play it all in one session tonight, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. This game is called Nostalgic Train, and we're checking it out for the first time. I'm actually going to grab my remote so I can hear the game too. Oh, I have an online friend. Is that Nick? Alright, we have some music playing. Is that music picking up on my mic? Maybe it is. Alright, so Nostalgic Train, and the subtitle is... Where are my glasses? I'll probably need those. Tabi no owari ni futatsu no Yuraki? Is that what it says? Yurameki. Kana's a little bit. Let me open up a tab with a dictionary because I'll probably need that. Not sure what Yurameki means. Oops, spelled that wrong. Yurameki, swaying. Okay, so the... I guess that would, the swaying at the end, at Travel's End, something along those lines. The two swaying things at Travel's End, which I guess means like two different paths or something. Also, hello Grace. Grace is here too. It can barely... Oh, is the music really loud on stream? If it's loud, then I'll adjust the game volume accordingly. Turn it down a bit. How is this as I'm talking right now and you can hear the music playing? I'm pretty close to my mic right now, so you should hopefully be able to hear me while I'm talking. Yeah, I can tell this game audio is probably a bit loud because even with my TV turned down pretty low, I'm still hearing the music pretty clear. Alright, so there are a couple game modes here. Free mode... Free mode. Oh, so is there a game mode where you can just walk around chilling? Because I assume that's what this game kind of is. So there's a story mode, which you can start from the beginning, but there's also a free mode, which I assume just means you will just wander around the game's world without any kind of story progression. Settings. Oh, controller settings. Options. Credits. Alright, so Hajime Kara. From the beginning. New game. Oh gosh, you had to do this to me. That's so tiny. Why do you... I, you've got this entire TV display to work with. Why do you have to make the text so abysmally small that I have to lean forward when I have my glasses on? Alright. 永遠の闇、永遠の闇の流れる中に太陽立っている。太陽立っている。Oops, Taiyu Tatsu. Oh, it's Tiny Tatsu. Oh, does the ta here just mean a field? That's probably what it means, right? I have glasses, but I like hardly ever wear them. I really only wear them when I'm looking at my TV or like that's about it. Generally, I can see okay, but when I'm like reading stuff like this from far away, they help. But I don't know. To be honest, I got these glasses like before like my senior year of college. I just kind of took like the glasses that of the options they offered at the time were the ones I thought looked decent enough, but not really a fan of the frame of these glasses now. So yeah. I've mentioned this before, but yeah, I don't really wear these often. Anyway, the game we're playing right now, Eya no Yame no Nogaru naka ni ta ni tateru. So you're standing in a field. Standing in a field in eternal darkness. Oh my god, this is so tiny. I don't even remember to read that kanji. Is that Hikoku? Hikoku no sekai wa Shinkai no soko no you ni omoku. Nensei ga atte watashi no... Good god, that's so small. Watashi no something o Yubisaki o men no oku o subete o tsumetaku oshitsubusou to shiteiru. This is really obnoxious how tiny the text is. I can't even... Alright, so... This pitch black world is as heavy as the bottom of the ocean. So... So... How to translate Nensei? Like, so like durable or like everlasting? And I can feel it pressing. Oh, that says Hifu. I can feel it pressing upon my skin, my fingertips, and the back of my eyes, pressing on me so cold. だけど私は手を天に伸ばし続けなければならない。そうしてこのなんとか割れた世界を抜けなければ。But I have to keep reaching out my hands. Or I had to keep extending my hand. And break out of this world, I think is more or less what that says. どうやって? But how? Glasses for him to read digits better. Sky ほど Sky まどろみのような感覚。私の意識は無限に広がる光に溶けているかのよう。まどろみ、まどろみ。Sound effects are too loud. Alright, let's turn it down more. This is like... Oh, just the cicadas. I mean, that's kind of the way cicadas are, Nick. But, yeah. Let me know how this sounds right now, but... I'll do what I can to have sound balance here, but I've actually turned down my capture device, like, really low at this point. It's at, like, 20% right now. Alright, so to translate what I just read, it feels like a deep nap, a deep sleep. My my consciousness melts away like a never-ending wide light. This is unbearable how small this text is. Can this be changed? There's literally no reason why the text has to be this tiny when there's so much space on screen. I'll check music options in a minute, but ほのかに全身は戦い。このままの時が永遠に続くのかしら。Everything feels warm. And and time stretches on into eternity. ふと耳の奥に置いている音に気がついた。セミの鳴き声. All of a sudden I hear, all of a sudden a sound penetrates my ears. The sound of cicadas screeching. それははじめ遠くからかすかに聞こえるようで、how's that right? Is that たびたびに波のように大きくなりまた遠くなる。So the cicadas' cries start off so faint and far away, but then they gradually come closer like waves and then fade off into the distance again. やがてはっきりと実体を帯びて、さまざまなセミが木の枝の上で必死に鳴いている姿が目の前に見るように感じられてきた。実体を帯びて。So let's see, Agate. So soon the feeling, it's like the feeling becomes more real, something like that. And then a whole bunch of cicadas. It's like a whole bunch of cicadas are crying out in trees above me. And I feel like I can see them before my eyes. 同時に湿度を含んだ熱気が全身の肌を揺れる、慣れる。不快ではない。甘ったるいような、包み込むような、温かく、心地よい大気。So at the same time, I can feel the humidity touching my skin, but it's not uncomfortable. It's kind of a sweet, comforting warmth in the atmosphere. 辺りはどこに見回しても眩しい光一色で目を開けることすらできない。そう思っていたけれど、ところどころに雲の模様のようなかすかな光の濃淡があることに気がついた。手のひらで太陽を遮ってみる。 Let's see. So, there's a radiant light so strong that I can't open my eyes. Or so I thought, but then I noticed, let's see. But then figures like clouds appear and the light grows faint. Light goes faint, that's not a good translation. So I thought, but then but here and there are clouds, and so the light the light shines through thickly. Is that what notan means? Something like that. There's like a strong piercing light, and I can feel the sun on the back of my hands. Is this whole game so far just gonna be us reading poems about summer? Yaya mawari ga mieyasu naru. So, watashi ni wa te ga aru, me ga aru. Jibun no karada ga aru to iyo atarimai no koto. And so gradually my surroundings become easier to see. I have hands, I have eyes. And my whole like body, my figure becomes more clear. Yeah, you can see as we're reading this, the sun is fading away now. Seems to have a lot of dialogue, yeah. No, there's definitely be walking around eventually. I think we're just having to read a lot here at the start, and it doesn't help this is so hard for me to read, not just like the Japanese language itself, but the text size. そのことにやっと気づいたように胸を動かし指を折り曲げて自信をなんとかめる白一色の光がたびたびに落ち着いてきた And as I notice this, I move my chest and touch over it with my fingers. And gradually that harsh white light calms. That harsh white light fades away. There is a train, it's true. So this game isn't letting us down so far. 同時に意識がはっかりしてくる。ゆっくりとゆっくりと。そう、私は座っている。And at the same time I regain my consciousness. Slowly, steadily. I am sitting down, I am seated. 木の硬いベンチの上で目の前に色が Oh my good god, what is that? I can't even なんとかで始めた鮮やかなオレンジ I'm sitting upon a bench made of wood, made of hard wood. And in front of my eyes there are colors, a vivid orange. そして上には眩しい青色、夏の空が広がっていた。And above me there is a dazzling blue, the wide summer sky. 深い空に凍りついたような動かない雲をしばらく眺め、今いる場所がどこかの屋根の下なことに気がついた。ゆっくりと辺りを見回Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. 見渡してみた。 let's see. So I take a look at the unmoving frozen clouds in the sky above and realize that I'm under some kind of roof right now. And I peacefully take a look at my surroundings. 相変わらずセミの音に包まれている木でできた古い建物の少し埃っぽいような匂い。ここは昔の駅舎みたい。And never ending is the sound of the cicadas. The sound of the cicadas that surround me. And trees appear, as well as old buildings that smell of dust. This place is a train station from long ago. そしてホームに止まった列車。人は誰も見えない。話し声も聞こえない。And the train is stopped at the platform. There's nobody in sight, and I hear no voices. Twitch is being twitchy. Oh no, Grace, you gotta stick around for the train game. I'm curious if we'll probably get to walk around at some point. I do understand because I saw somebody wrote a review of this game in Japanese on Steam saying, this is a great game, very interesting, but perhaps they could have made the text larger. And I am really feeling that playing this game on a console that I have to stare at a TV like a couple feet away from me. I suppose it wouldn't be quite as bad if I were playing this game on Steam and it was a computer monitor that's like right in front of my face. But playing this game on a TV, like they need to make this text bigger. There is no excuse for how small it is. Alright, 風はなく、空気も空の雲のように止まっている。頭の奥が痛くなる。Let's see. There is no wind and the air is stopped like the clouds in the sky. I feel a pain in my head. この駅はどこかに向かうところだった。This train station, where is it? いえ、この列車に乗ってどこかから着いたのだったかしら。さらに意識ははっきりして周囲が鮮明に見えてくる。It seems that that I was riding on a train that just arrived somewhere. I regain consciousness and my surroundings become more clear. 雨上がりなのだろう。水たまりからの湯気が昇るかのよう。ここで何をしていたのか思い出せない。思い出そうとしても先の白い光に満たされた世界しか見えない。So the rain stops and the water rises up in vapor. What was I doing here? I don't remember. I try to remember, and all that comes to mind is the world just before, filled with white light. どうしてしまったの？こんなところでいきなり目 目覚めて持ち物は改めて両手を開いてぼんやりと眺める。何も持っていない。What was I doing? I I I I open my eyes and look around. Let's see. What do I have with me? I open my hands and look. I'm holding nothing, or I have nothing on me. 名前、そう、自分の名前すらわからない。家族、育った家、自分の真っ白いワンピースを見下ろす。ふわっと風が吹き抜ける。My name, I don't even remember my own name, or my family, or the house I was raised in. I look down at the bright white dress that I'm wearing. A wind flows through it. So we gather the character we're playing as is probably a woman because she makes reference to wearing a white dress. At least that can be assumed. Atama no... What is that kanji? Is that mugi? Atama no麦わら棒が飛ばされようになるのを手で押さえた。たびたびにさっきからセミの声が自分の体に染み通ってくるように全身の中に恐ろしさが満ちてくるのを感じた。So I put my hand to cover the straw hat I'm wearing on my head so that it doesn't fly away. I hear the sound. I become aware of the sounds of the cicadas screeching around me, and in my body I feel full of some kind of fear. 家もわからず、名前もわからず、これからどうしていけばいいの？そんなはずはない。ここで目覚めたということは絶対に知っている場所のはず。辺りを見回して何か記憶をたどる手がかりを探さなければ。I don't know my home or my name, so what should I do? So what should I do now? I have no idea. This place around me must be some place that I know. So I have to take a look around and try to get some sort of hint to refresh my memory. Oh my god, did I just get raided? Oh shoot, dude, what? Oh, it's a Lunchbox raid. Well, hello Lunchbox Raiders. We are playing a game called Nostalgic Train that we just started a little bit ago. It's a Japanese language game, supposedly about roaming the Japanese countryside, but so far I'm just struggling to read through this game. It's a struggle of both the Japanese language and that the text in this game is abysmally small, and that makes it very difficult to read. So, enjoy your stay, everybody. This is Nostalgic Train. 人に聞けば自分のしている人物に回り合えるはず。何かがあって記憶が混乱しているだけに違いない。まずは駅の中を見てみましょう。そう思ってゆっくりと立ち上がった。 Let's see. So I should try asking some people and try to figure out some stuff about myself. Something must have happened to make me lose my memory. First, let's take a look inside this train station. And with that, I slowly stand up. Yeah, handwritten Japanese is tough to read. Yeah, tell that to my students. Oh my god, dude. Some of them, their handwriting is insane. Like, I'll think like, oh man, like your alphabet handwriting is rough, and then I see some of my students, their handwriting in Japanese, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Alright, so I'm in control now. It's telling me buttons to push. But the buttons are so small, Jesus. Hopefully the stream sounds okay. You can probably hear my voice fading in and out because I have to keep leaning forward and squinting to be able to read this on my TV. Alright, so... so if you press ZR, it'll tell you like what your next objective is, like your current task. And you can press X to open settings. Oh wow, everything's bright now, and oh my gosh. I'm playing a first-person video game. Alright, we are in control here. We are in control. Can I make the text bigger, please? Please! Let's see. These are just controls. Oh, I can jump in this game? I can jump, apparently. Crouch, run. Am I going to need to run? Do I need to run from things in this game? Dude, you've got to be kidding me. Just controls, that's all I have? For the sake of making this game bearable, you have to make the text bigger. This is insanity. Alright, Natsugiri is the name of this train station. Which means summer fog. Like the summer fog we were just sitting around in. Natsugiri toyu eki na ekime ni mioboe wa nai. Dousite kono eki ni ki o ushinatte ita no? I don't remember a train station called Natsugiri. How come I don't remember anything about this place? Or how come I ended up here? Meitani Sawada. Oh, well, if I look at the sign again, it does that. It just repeats the text without me pushing any buttons. Yeah, this certainly looks very Inaka. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing right here now is the exterior of every train station in rural Japan. Just so everyone knows. Some benches, tiny little train station with like nobody inside. The sign telling you what station you're at and which ones come next in either direction. The timetables. Oh, this is so accurate. So accurate. So accurate. Tentold. This is an advertisement for some kind of like festival. Toll Joel Nagashi? Is that Toll Joel? It's not Toll Joel. It's Told You. Told Yo. I'm gonna try my dictionary right now. Hold on. Wait, is that a coggle? Is that what that? Oh, it is. Okay. He coggle. If I just type this out bit by bit, maybe. Toll coggle. What does this mean? I need to know, please. Total. That's how it's read as a compound. A lantern festival. It's a lantern festival because they have those in the Inaka. There we go. Now we know the mystery is solved. We've solved a mystery. Be aware of fire. That's very important. You probably see that at every train station as well. And somebody dropped an umbrella. Everyone does that too. So far, the historical accuracy of this game, or geographical accuracy, is on point. この線路はどこに続いているのかしら? Where does this road go to? Or where does this train track go to? Well, evidently it goes to Sawada. I mean, this narrator would know if they actually read the sign. It's written in hiragana. You have no excuse not to be able to read the sign. I'm just catching up on chat real quick. Nothing at the Enoch ever happens after 8 p.m. In large part, that's true. It doesn't seem like I can go on the train tracks. Yeah, if I try to step near the train tracks, it just says... Whoops. It says I shouldn't stand on the train tracks. Probably shouldn't, because there's a train right there. You never know what it might do. Okay, yes, I get the point. Where do these train tracks go? Alright. Evidently, the game is trying to make me enter the train station. 小さい駅の小さい駅員室。ついさっきまで作業をしていたように見えるけど、誰も見当たらない。列車がたまにしか発着しない駅では、休憩で誰もいなくなる時があるのかもしれない。It's the little what do you call it? Freaking eki inshitsu. It's a small little a train attendant box in a small train station. It looks like somebody was just working here earlier, but there's nobody in sight right now. But I suppose at a train station where the trains only come occasionally, there's a lot of time to take breaks and for nobody to be here. Yeah, Chisai, no kidding. Chisa Sugiru, more like. Oh, Japanese joke. Okay, yes, I've read the text. I don't need to read it again. It just pops up at you like a pop-up. Misto. Kisa. To Minchuku. Alright, so there's like a... Misto is like a cafe and a... like a... hotel... Would you call that a hotel? Judging by the kanji, I'd say it's hotel, but I'm not really familiar with that word. Would Minchuku mean some kind of hotel or some place to stay? A guest house, yeah. Cafe and a guest house. Melon soda! I want it. I can jump, right? Melon soda. Mina daisuki. Melon soda. Sukkiri sawayaka. Everyone's beloved melon soda. So refreshing. So delicious. Oh, we have arrived in every... Dude, I can't even read the text because it's so bright out here. Oh, it says to look into the train station more. I can't even read the text out there because there's so much going on in the environment. It's too bright. Alright, what else about the station should I check then? Oops, how do I... ZR is the button, right? What is this? Pressing ZR just causes everything to light up. Should I try to go inside the train? There's a door open, right? Look up. Saw a comment saying look up and I'm like, huh? Yeah, the text. If we're talking about accessibility in video games, having text this small is like not like there are people with visual impairments who would not even be able to read a game like this. 列車の扉は okay. How do you read that second kanji in there? Hold. I'm blanking how to read this word. 開け、なんとか垂れているけど、運転手は車掌の人影、乗車している客もない。車両は静かに眠るように、飛んでいる? Is that hard to even read that. しばらくしたら動くのかしら? So the doors to this train are open, but there's no driver in sight and nobody else on board. The train car is quiet, like as if sleeping. Is this thing going to move? Are we gonna go to the Nekisto Stopu? Is that the? Well, I've looked around inside the train. I'm just gonna say right now, by the way, that at the rate we've been playing this game with the text and how difficult it is to read, we might not necessarily finish this game in one sitting here. Just gonna throw that out there. All right, the text repeats, even though I didn't want it to. I don't know, the thing, like, with how much I've learned of kanji, I'm kind of at a point where, like, with all the homophones that the Japanese language has, I feel like if I were reading pure kana, it would just feel like torture to me. Like, as difficult as kanji can be, when you're reading, it actually gives you a lot of clue and context. Look at the train. What? I've already looked so much at the train station, though. I looked around so much. I can crouch. Oh, look, a bucket. Oh, fascinating. I've looked so much. Is it raining right now? I looked at the melon soda ad. I've looked at all this and here, and I don't see what else I'm supposed to be looking at. Do I need to, like, squat on a bench? How often do trains come here? Oh, that's an Inaka train station, baby. One train every half hour. Is there something going on here? Oh, I see what the thing is doing. So if you press the button, these little clouds appear that tell you everything you could be investigating, which seems helpful to make sure I'm not missing stuff. Oh, I need to go. There's a bathroom right here, right? Do I need to go take a dump? Is that what I'm supposed to do next? Do you have to take a dump to advance the plot? お手洗いがある。誰も入っていないよね。入ってないよね。今はここに用はない。 There's a bathroom. Doesn't seem like anybody's inside. I have no business here. Don't tell me I have no business here. I'm going in, dude. I'm going in. I'm going in. Oh, I accidentally skipped through a text box. Soda. Tofuto kizuku. And then I noticed something. 駅前に街の案内の看板があるかないの地図とか街の言われや観光名所なんかが書かれている何かを思い出す手がかりがあるかもしれない so they're in front of the station. There's a sign advertising some tourist information about the town, and there will be some maps and info about the town written on it. So perhaps there I'll find some sort of a hint that'll refresh my memory. 外に出て見てみることにしよう. Let's step outside and take a look around. You're not going to order me out there, are you? I need to go take a look in the bathroom. I can't go in here? Are you telling me they're not going to let me see any toilets in this game? You got to be kidding me. I got to see that train station toilet, dude. And the train station bathrooms that don't have any soap with the sinks. Oh, well, it was implied before you rated, actually, Lunchbox, that the narrator character we're playing as, obviously can't see anything here, but it mentioned earlier that they're wearing a bright white dress, so we can assume that the character we're playing as is a woman. Perhaps. Alright, so we step outside and look for clues. Melon soda. Post. Is this a... I can't even... Is this a vending machine? I can't even... That's an ugly vending machine, if so. An abandoned bicycle. Alright, let's make some clues pop up by doing that. Nandemo soro. Is that Okada Shoten? Anyway, there's a shop somewhere in here. Right by the station. Perhaps we have to go there. There's a bus stop out here with info. Natsugiri Machi e youkoso. Kanta na machi no kaisetsu to chizu ga kakarete iru. Welcome to the town of Natsugiri. There's some basic info and maps about the town written here. I've seen one teacher in my school wash his hands with soap ever, and he remains the only human that I've ever seen washing his hands with soap in this entire country. So, yeah, that's not a common occurrence. Shizukana Keiryu? Keiryu. Odayaka na hamabe. Rekishi aru jinja. Natsukashii inaka no keshiki ga hirogaru koto. Tochi ni tsutawaru fushigi na densho. Souyu tori. Hitotori na koto ga kakarete iru kedo. Taritatete kawatta tokoro no nai inaka mitai. So there's a quiet little river, a peaceful beach, historical temples, and the scenery of a nostalgic Inaka town, and legends told by the land. All that sort of stuff is written here, but it doesn't seem like there's a... It seems like nothing about this town ever changes. The social pressure forces people to wash their hands. ここは私の故郷なのかしら。誰か知っている人に会えるといいのだけれど、見回したところ全く車も人も通りかかる気配はない。Is this place my hometown? It would be great if I could find and talk to somebody or it would be great if I could meet somebody that I know who knows me. But even if but looking around now, I don't see any cars or any people in sight. Ah, 後ろを振り返って気づく。通りを 挟んだ小さい古本屋の、の戸が開いているようだ。誰か中にいるかもしれない。覗いてみよう。Guys, we're going to a bookstore. That's what it says. So it says, I see a bookstore back, or well, I take a wait, and then I turn around and I notice there's a up in the street ahead. There's a tiny little bookstore. There's an open used bookstore. Perhaps somebody is in there. Let's go take a look. A bookstore. There's Misto. That's like the cafe, right? Oh my God! That is a old, run-down looking bookstore across the street here. Man, this is Inaka right here. Look at all this. There's this tiny little train station, and then this is all you get outside the train station. At least in the towns around me, there's some stuff kind of out by the train station, like... In some of the nearby towns, there are some, like, bars and shops and stuff near the stations. But out here, there's like, man... Are you sure there would be anybody inside this little shop? Like, even the writing on the building is fading away. There's another vending machine, too. That is an ugly vending machine. Oh, maybe there's somebody here. There's a bike parked outside. Wow, those are used books, dude. Those are used books. Gomen nasai. What does that say? How do you read that kanji, that first word? Kazutabi? I don't even... Whoops. Tabi. Sudo. Oh, that's read like as the onyomi. I've just never seen that word written before. Oh, it does say gomen kudasai. I just read it instinctively as gomen nasai. Gomen kudasai. Sudo mise no oku ni mukatte koi o furiageta. Excuse me, I say several times as I go inside the shop. Nando koi o kakete mo 全く人の気配のようなものは感じられない。いや、人の気配がしないというのも少し違う。古本が本棚や段ボール箱に乱雑に積み上げられている。ちょっとしたことで Why did the lights just turn off as I was reading? That's pretty creepy, dude. Alright, so I called out several times, but it seems that there's nobody here. But it's not that... Wait, but... It seems that there are no signs of people here. Or rather, I guess it's not that there's no people here, because there are a bunch of, books piled up on shelves and cardboard boxes everywhere. It looks like it could all fall over in a flash. Senpuki wa ugoite inai ga hokori ga tsuite iru wake demo nai. Mise no hito ni tsukuwarete ita 手ぬぐいやカレンダーの破られた跡など、まるで今にも人が出てきそうな、今ここに立っていそうな様子。So let's see the electric fan isn't moving yet. There's no dust in here. but there's no dust in here at all. Something like that. Tenugui? Tenugui. Oh, towels, right. So there are... so there are like some like hand towels and calendars that look like somebody would be using them. There's like the feeling that a person will come out any second now, and you can it feels like they're standing here right in front of you. Is this a horror game? That's a good question. It kind of feels like kind of Japanese streamer I might like. This is totally a horror game, isn't it? Nick, what have you gotten me into? You know, the nostalgic train, the biggest Inaka murder mystery since Persona 4. だけど、どこからも人の声が聞こえない。今突然みんなが how do you read that? Is it 蒸発したかのように and yet I don't hear anyone's voices, but all of a sudden 蒸発 so that's red. Yeah, so I don't hear anybody's voices, but all of a sudden I hear nobody's voices. It's like everybody evaporated all of a sudden. 私の足音だけが妙に不気味に響き、それが私を悲しくさせる。店内に目を凝らし、耳を澄ませた。All I can hear around me is the eerie sound of my footsteps, and it makes me feel sad somehow. I take a look around the shop and listen closely. 夏切りの灯籠流しや夏祭りといったポスターも貼れている。村の人たち全員で住民の介護にでも行っているのかもしれない。そう思って気持ちを落ち着かせようとした。But I see some posters about a summer festival or some kind of like a lantern, Natsugiri Lantern Fest. Perhaps all the people in this village have met up somewhere to prepare for it. And so with that in mind, it calms me down a little bit. This is truly the pinnacle of Japanese games. ちょっと目についた本を手に取ってページをパラパラめくってみる。駅の列車が出発するまでちょっと立ち読みをして時間を潰していますよ。とても言うように。So I grab one of the books in front of me and start flipping through the pages. I figure I'll stand around here. I'll stand here reading a book until I hear a train coming to pass the time. I'll pass the time by standing here reading a book until a train comes. I got to really deconstruct everything and put it in order when translating from Japanese. そしておけば本当に何食わぬ顔で古本屋のおじさんが帰ってきて、立ち読みは禁止ですと注意されて、列車に乗り込む人が自然と駅にやってくる。当たり前の景 消しが見える気がした。このやるせない、やるせない、許せない。Oh my gosh. この許せない不安をごまかせるような気がした。Alright, so this narrator is just like telling themselves a story now. So they say like I imagine the owner of this bookstore coming back and telling me that I'm not allowed to just stand around loitering and reading. And then I imagine a whole lot of people arriving at the train station coming out of the train. And it's like more or less something that this narrator is like imagining to like calm themselves. Can I please start walking around again? This is so much reading. So して目に涙があふれそうになるのをじっとこられて炎大目を見ていると Why are the lights turning back on? 炎大目を見ていると夏切りの神隠し What? 夏切りの神隠しという特集がwhat is that kanji? It's hard to see. 組まれた雑誌が目に入った。And so, just as I feel that my eyes are about to fill with tears, I see the title of a book and come across a magazine titled Natsugiri no Kamikakushi. How do you even translate Kamikakushi? The spiriting away of Natsugiri. That's like, that Kamikakushi is like the title of Spirited Away. Sento Chihiro no Kamikakushi. Alright, so I found a spooky magazine called The Spiriting Away of Natsugiri. Oh god, the lights are on too. Take 3 steps, more text. どうやら日本や世界の不思議な風習や伝説を扱った雑誌らしい。ヨーロッパにあるカッパ伝説とか人の運命を変えるおまじないとか怪しいな特集も多い。横ばんでいてページも取れそうだ。It looks like one of those magazines that has a bunch of legends and a bunch of legends and mysteries about Japan and from around the world. It's there are a bunch of eerie-looking titles like about the kappas in Europe, the stories of kappas in Europe, and that and things that change people's fate. It looks like something that would be a real page turner. He's getting real emotional over a bookstore. 地元が取り上げられているということで誰かが買ってこの古本屋に流れてきたのだろう。目次から神隠しのページを探し読み始めた。So somebody would come here to read stories about local stuff and would buy things from this used bookstore. So I I take a book, check the table of contents, and then turn the page to the thing about the spiriting away. Iken, doko ni demo aru inaka no machi. Koko Natsugiri ni wa kamikakushi no densetsu ga aru. Tokiji de wa sono densetsu ni semaru tame kyodo. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's she. Okay. Kyodo chika de ari. Moto Natsugiri Shogakko cho. Demo aru eishi ni hanashi o utagatta. So let's see. Let's see. So of all places, there's a story of a spiriting away in this town called Natsugiri. And flipping through all the articles, I see one about. I see some sort of story about the former principal of Natsugiri Elementary School. Natsugiri no kamikakushi densetsu tuyu no dewa no. Let me start again. Natsugiri no kamikakushi densetsu tuyu no wa desu ne. Kono mura ga oh gosh, how do you read the name of that era, that Jidai? Is it Genhei? I'm just gonna say it's Genhei. Genhei Jidai no ochi musha ni yotte. I can't even read that kanji right there. Kakareta toki irai tabi ni okotte itan desu. Kodomo, rojin. Dai no otona mo oi toki ni wa kazoku goto aru hi o nantoka ni mura kara kiete shimai niroto arawarenai. Alright, so about that story of the spiritual whatever of Natsugiri, it's a story about a fallen warrior, a warrior who died in this village during the Genhei era, something like that. It's probably not actually read that way. It's a story that'll the story of that day will never be erased from the minds of children, elders, adults, everyone. 盗賊に去られたんだが、川に落ちて流されたんさねだとかいう人もいるが、もあるが、まことしやかにささやかれていたのは、この土地の不思議な力によって、つまり神隠しにあったのだということです。So, how do I translate this? Alright, there's a lot going on in the sentence, but more or less like it's a mysterious land with there are some pirates who are swallowed up by the river. Something along those lines. Oh my gosh, I don't know how much more I can take of this tonight. 今でもね、子供が悪いことをしたら、いい子にしていないと、神隠しにあってしまうと叱ることもありますよ。 Oh, and so children are told stories about the spiritual haunting in order to make them behave. それか、しんあ親孝行したり、友達を大切にしないと、仲のいい人たちみんなが神隠しにあってしまって、お前一人ぼっちになってしまうぞとかね。And so basically, people are told the story about like the spiritual haunting, whatever, to make people respect their parents or to value their friends, because people believe that if they don't do good, that they'll end up alone. Yeah, this is. I mean, the Japanese used in this game is quite advanced. This seems like a pretty complicated story. The kanji and vocabulary they use is certainly very advanced. 面白いもので、運が良ければ神隠しにあった人は戻ってくることがあるです。江戸幹にある人物が通りすがりにこの村を訪れた旅人だとされていますが、神隠しに遭い、しばらくして戻ってきた。その記録が明治になって取られたものが伝わっているんです。But the interesting thing is that they say if your fortune is good, if you're blessed, then the people who were possessed by spirits or something or other will come back. Let's see. There were some people in the Edo period who were travelers who came to this village and something or other spirited, and then they came back. And then the stories say that this became a legend that was passed down from the Meiji period. Yeah, I know that there is a English translation of this game on Steam. One that would involve paying for this game again, where I just spend my hard-earned Nintendo store credit on it. And two, I still do like the challenge of reading this in Japanese. My main problem is not like reading in Japanese alone would not be the issue here. The problem is this text is also so small that it's like hurting my eyes and my head having to read this. 今となってはどこまで本当かわからないですがな。それによると、ある時突然真っ白の光に包まれ記憶がなくなり、無人のこの村で目を覚ましたと。目覚めた時は私がどこの誰かかもしれない。この村に来たという記憶すら思い出せない。Alright, we're getting clues here. So it's So people still don't know if any of this story is real. But it's said that there will be people who all of a sudden are surrounded by bright white light and they lose all their memory and appear in a village alone with no other people. And when they open their eyes, they don't know where they are, and they have no memory of coming here. So that's basically what's happening to our narrator, I assume, is that they're like a spirit spook person who doesn't know how they got here. 色気の煙はかかれ、畑もついさっきまで誰かが耕していたのように、人の姿だけが見えないのだと。誰一人出会わないこの村で、ただ必死で現世とのつながりを探したのだと。Alright, so it is said that there are like wells with smoke coming out of them and fields with nobody cultivating them. And there's basically everything out here except for actual people doing things. And that person who arrives in this village will see no one, and then they will die searching around for something. I'm certainly losing a lot in translation here. Or, well, losing a lot with my inability to understand what's going on. これは電気汽車小生の私見たが、空間は共通なのに人は見えない。重なりつつ何かがすれ違う平行世界のようなところに迷い込むのが夏切りの神隠しであるように思われる。元校長は次のように続けた。It's what's said here is something about the elementary school principal who says something about the legend or the town or whatever. Oh, this has to stop. It has to stop. Please, dude. その人は必死で元の世界に帰る方法を探した。And so that person, she did. Oh, I was mistranslating the thing earlier about. So the thing I said earlier about how they're going to die, I was just misreading a word. It's not that they're going to die, it's that they're going to look desperately for people. They're going to like desperately search the town. Alright, so その人はして元の世界の so this person who arrives at the town desperately tries to search for a way to get back to the original world or the old world. 村の角まで歩き回ったのだと。すると、ある何気ないものがぼんやりと輝っているのが見えた。地面に落ちている何かがほんのり光の玉のようになっているんだと。And so it said that the person will walk around everywhere, searching everything. And when they do, they will find nothing but find a shining light. And the light will shine down on the ground and there'll be like a ball of light or something. Guys, this game is giving me a headache. It's hurting my eyes. This can't continue right now. それに恐る手を伸ばして触れると現世の人の姿が見えた。そのものにまつわる記憶でやら思いが流れ込んできたのだと。And so that person in the legend, they reached out their hand in horror, or like they were so spooked and they reached out their hand, and suddenly they saw a person from the other world. and then they get their memory back. Yeah, handheld mocap. That would help a lot, so I wouldn't have to be squinting across the room. So basically, they're like wandering around. They gain consciousness, and it's like they're trying to like pass a message back to the old world. And just as that person who's like a spirit or whatever lost their memory, the person in the real world lost their memory too. But something or other, the world stuff, trying to find things. They both remember stuff and then they return to the world. I'm so I have to skip these text boxes. I can't keep doing this. This just goes on and on and on. Holy Christ, how long was that? I would have been sitting here for like another half hour. Alright, so I hate to do this to the people eagerly watching my stream and watching me translate and enjoying the atmosphere, the music of this game or whatever, but I'm gonna have to abandon ship for the night. Like, this game is not accessible to like human eyes playing this game on a TV. Like, it's just the combination of me struggling to read the Japanese in this game with also the text being so small and illegible that I'm hurting my eyes staring at it. Like, this an hour and a half of this game is enough. Like, I'm really, really straining my eyes to read this even with glasses on. So we're gonna have to call it for the night, and whether we finish this game or not, I mean, if people are interested in me continuing to play this, then I guess we could do it. But as you can see, there's not really much going on in this game in terms of like visuals or action so far. So if people did want me to continue this game, keep in mind that I think all you're really going to be seeing from this is like static screens of me just struggling to read text for hours at a time or something. So that seems to be what this game is. I mean, I'm sure it's an interesting story and an interesting game, but it's the design decision to make the text so small is just not tolerable for me right now. I can't handle it, dude. So thank you everybody for watching Digis BB tonight. This game has exhausted my brain. If you want to see other things that make me exhausted, then you can tune in more this week for some Super Mario Sunshine gameplay at twitch.tv/DigisBB. There's a zoom feature on the Switch. How? With what? Like when you're playing on a TV or just on the handheld? Anyway, I'll say my spiel. So, DigisBB, follow my channel. I think everybody who's watching right now is already following me. This week, you can watch me play Super Mario Sunshine on DigisBB. The struggle will continue. We're 20 shines in out of 120. So much more to go. Where are we in the game right now? We did some more of the levels on Rico Harbor. So we're going to be finishing up that level soon and then going on to the beach level as the next one, I think. So, more Mario Sunshine. What else to be played on the channel? Rakuen sometime soon, hopefully, when people are able to, when we're able to line up all of our schedules for that game. We'll play a wholesome story game called Rakuen. Oh yeah, maybe we should raid somebody. Let me see if there's anybody live that I want to raid right now. But we are ending because we didn't get to a particularly important part of the story right now. But the tiny unreadable text in this game is like hurting my head, so we're gonna have to call it on stream for tonight. So that's what's going on. So that's why we're ending. There's nobody in particular that I want to raid right now, to be honest. Sure, you can pass on that Japanese streamer to me if you want to just drop their channel name in the chat. I don't know if you're telling me to raid them right now or you're just recommending to me. Anyway, I think we're going to go without raiding because there's nobody alive right now that I really wish to raid. Unless we got to raid that person right now who Lunchbox just mentioned. Should we do that? Here, let me think of something to say in a raid message though. If we're raiding a Japanese streamer, I don't think I've ever raided a Japanese language streamer before. Let's see, what could we? Let me think of something silly we could say besides nogoso, which means pooping outdoors, because that's like my go-to phrase in Japanese. But what would be a funny thing to say in a Japanese raid message? Should we say Densha Daisuki? Should we say that? Should we say I like trains? I love trains. We could do that. Here, let me type that in the chat real quick. How about this? Densha Daisuki. That can be your that can be your message. All right, so let's set that up. Oh, I gotta see this name real quick. Katakata 25. Alright, thank you everybody for watching this DigisBB stream. We're going to raid this dude's channel with the raid message, Densha Daisuki, I love trains. I'll see everybody soon for Super Mario Sunshine. I'm sorry I couldn't play much of this game, but it made my eyes hurt, so we're going to have to end now. But we're going to keep Mario Sunshine going this week, so continue following and watching twitch.tv/DigisBB. Okay, thank you, good night, we're going to raid.